This is a simple slide. It's just got words, and ours is a really simple project. And it was so simple. It was the first one. It was easy to understand. It was the first one announced. It was, and for the second round, it was the first one announced in the first round. For the second round, it was held up as an example by the NTIA about what they'd like people to do. And I don't think anybody did it, but it was, that was kind of interesting. And it's simple from a technical standpoint, it's simple from a regulatory standpoint, and it's simple from a financial standpoint. And it can be described in two words, which is structural separation. So this the three-ring binder is a investment of $32 million, but even though GWI got the grant, it's not it's not $25 million by the feds and $7 million by us. In fact, what was done, to make it very simple, is a special purpose corporation was set up to do nothing other than to build this project. And specifically, the corporation was set up to have investors that had no real experience with telecommunications. So it is a entirely middle mile, entirely dark fiber project. So nothing other than fiber. There's no electronics, no moving parts, no spinning fans. It's very high count, 144 to 288 strand. And if you look at where this fiber is going, it's in very rural areas. And no customer of this dark fiber, the dark fiber can be bought by any responsible entity, which is defined very broadly. But no single entity can own more than 20% of any segment of the network. So if you take a run of a mile, and any given mile, no carrier can own more than 20%, or a hospital or a municipal. And the idea would be that there would be always at least the potential for 5 competitors on any one part of the network. And it goes throughout rural Maine and covers a lot of territory and a lot of houses, all the things you would hope and expect. Here's a map of it, and if any of you know Maine, these are very rural places, and there's not much there at all. And it is designed, the whole purpose is to create is really to have CLECs or ILECs or any carrier as customers. And the idea would be in rural areas to create a competitive network. And the reason dark fiber was chosen is it was seen as the lowest common denominator that was stopping carriers from going into these areas. If the dark fiber was built, it was much less of a lift for people to go out and then locate equipment there. And there's a real emphasis on open access and non-discrimination. The company that was set up with the sole that has as its sole purpose to invest in this network is actually a creature of the Maine State Legislature and is required to meet these conditions. Because it's so simple, it's going quite quickly. I wouldn't be surprised if we were the only one who received a categorical, what did you call it? A categorical exclusion from environmental impact, though every time there are some places in these rural areas where there are no existing pole lines. And when we are doing a pole line, we are having to do test pits to check to see if there's archaeological remains or any of that, and these are very, very rural places. And I should say, when I'm speaking about progress, GWI got this grant, and the first thing we did is set up this separate company and turn it over. We don't have any relationship with that company, other than we have signed a contract to be one of their customers when they have it built, if they meet certain conditions. And it's actually going pretty quickly at this point. most of this network, the vast majority of it, is north of the what was it, North Country. So we still have a snow problem, and to put it in perspective, it snowed on Saturday, and I understand I'm not there, but it's snowing today. The poll applications have gone in. We needed 21 licensing agreements with little, either major incumbents or little phone companies or power companies. That's all been done. All the applications are in. All the work is done. I think the make-ready has all been defined. Getting it actually completed has been a bit of a challenge. But now that we're almost on construction and black fly season, we expect things to go pretty fast. And there's a contractual requirement where the company that's building this, which is called MFC, they don't really get paid till 500 miles is built. So they're really focused on getting that done by the end of this year. If anyone cares, the company that's building this is very, very interested in leasing dark fiber to all comers, and there's leasing information in this slide, or I'd be happy to talk to anyone afterwards and give you their name. Having said that, it's 1,100 miles of dark fiber, and it is, I think I had a price in here somewhere. Yeah, it's pretty cheap. $9 to $12 per strand per mile per month. But you may not want to, if you're CLEC out there and you want to buy lit service and you don't want to go up there and you have a customer in Maine, but you don't want to go up and have to locate your equipment and all that, we would be delighted to sell lit services to anyone. And the sad fact is, because this is designed to be a very open network, there are probably competitors ours who would be happy to sell you lit services in these rural locations very cheaply. We hope we will have a competitive market.